is Calculations in Chemistry Part 3. So this is very much like Part 1 where we're going to look at mole to gram conversions. Only right now we're looking at grams of a compound. So we're going to use the formula weights instead of the molar masses. So we rarely do experiments with entire moles of substances, usually just some small fraction of a mole. In a similar process to converting moles to grams for pure elements, you can convert from moles to grams for compounds using the formula weights for the compounds. For example, how many moles of water are in 5.2 grams of water? So our first step would be to find the formula weight of water. So 2 moles of hydrogen, so 2 times the molar mass of hydrogen, plus 1 oxygen, so we do 1 times the molar mass of oxygen. Add these together and we get our 18.02. Now, 1 mole of water is equal to 18.02 grams of water. This is going to be our conversion factor. So if we start with 5.2 grams, this is just like our table, it's only set up a little differently, okay? And we do 1 times 1 mole divided by 18.01 grams, and we find out that 5.2 grams of water is equal to 0.29 moles of water. Now, when we do these examples here, okay, they're the same examples as the previous worksheet. So we already found the mass of CO2, we found the mass of iron 3 chloride, and the next 2 examples. So I'm just going to remind you that the mass of carbon dioxide is 44.01 grams per 1 mole. Okay. So how many grams is 0.27 moles of carbon dioxide? So this is a little bit different than this example because we're starting with moles this time. So we're going to set up my table. Once again, we're going to leave this bottom box empty. So we have 0.27 moles of CO2. So if moles of CO2 is on the top, it's automatically going to come down to the bottom. And we're trying to get to grams. So I'm going to put grams of CO2 up top. Now my conversion factor right here tells me that 44.01 grams is equal to 1 mole. So we multiply across and divide by what's on the bottom. That cancels out my moles of CO2, and we end up with an answer of 11.88 grams of CO2. All right, good luck on the next 3.